Thank you very much. I will not keep you for much longer. Nevertheless, I have to say that this simple idea is a big challenge. And not to forget, allow me to thank you for your participation. Thank all the speakers for their contribution. I can't say all your names, and I regret that many had to go already. The chairs and our interpreters who survived with us and persisted till the very end. A well-deserved round of applause for the interpretation. And of course, for all of you for your interventions. Allow me to thank you on behalf of the European Liberal Fund as an institute, as well as Institute Novum and Projekt Polska Foundation. If I may, let me just reflect very briefly. I will not claim whether I'm for or against, whether I'm a burning advocate of this concept or not. But this debate today told me one thing, that the universal basic income is a pure liberal concept. Of course, we liberals often have disputes. From the vulgar neoliberalism, and as vice president of European Liberal Party from the European Parliament said that they have conservative or economic-oriented or more social-oriented liberals. So liberalism is a wide palette of views, and we do not know where to limit it precisely. But for me, what does this concept mean to me? The concept of universal basic income in the framework of liberalism. Number one, how it refers to the power of an individual. Further on, important concept of liberalism, which is the concept of an open society, and of course on the role, in other words, more or less intervention of the state. The strength of an individual, well, I think we heard a lot about that. Looking at the freedom, empowering of individuals' freedom. I would maybe be more inclined to positive freedom in Berlin's sense. Maybe even more so, freedom for rather than freedom from. A lot was said about equality, or equality in the variety of our society. Of course, again, people are born in different places, and it does make a difference as to where they die as well. But it is not only about the right to equality in our diversity, which is at the same time the slogan of the European Union, but also the right to dignity, on which I believe European citizen initiative is based on. From what I'm aware of, the Charter of Fundamental Human Rights, this is the first one that talks about the right to dignity that all other rights are based on. The first one that writes about it in the Article 1. No other instrument talks about it in any articles, but usually in preamble part. But of course, the freedom of an individual means also responsibility, which also is a liberal denomina. And this responsibility is not only responsibility towards ourselves, our own interest and our own development, but it is, to begin with, the right to get together and join associations, and the responsibility towards solidarity to fellow men. So, if we wish to build an open society as a society of the future, then let me lean on, I believe it was Professor Stemming and Professor Brancic, when they talk about reaffirmation of the political in creating good society, or as we could say, the future society. And I agree that the market economy in many ways destroys the political one. And if UBI brings, if it did bring a better participation in public arena of the society, then I dare say that when somebody compared it to ancient Greece and Rome, a forum as the space and room of debate is the one within which we have to hold the discussion. And I'm truly pleased that this time we succeeded in that. And we are not only talking about amongst those who agree on something, but we are talking across different political orientation, liberals, social democrats, more conservative liberals that we heard before here. And I do hope that by doing so, we can set a model and continue the debate in that sense. You will probably take back home or to the environment you work in. I hope you will carry some new ideas, experience. Maybe it will be only then when you decide whether you are in favor of UBI or not. And if I am in favor, is that possible? If yes, when? For who? Where? And no matter what the question is, we always see time and time again that this is still an exclusive concept, only if it was truly global one. But do we then still need the citizenship in the sense of citizenship as a connection, a link between an individual and the state? Or are we therefore somehow limitless? Allow me to conclude with utopic thought. If we do not know precisely what and how to tackle this problem or dilemma, let us remember Cicero. There's always the way forward into the future. Thank you for your participation.